What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. Probably one of the most exciting videos that we could be putting out. Today we're finally doing the book tour of the brand new barrel racing planner that I am releasing this Friday. Let me just fix my bun really quick. I wanted like this cute, like lazy look, you know? So I am showing you the inside of this brand new planner. I've done a video like this before. I've done like a book tour with you guys with the first planner that I ended up releasing to you. And so in this video I wanted to show you guys the difference between this new planner and the old one, and then also just kind of give you a tour of what's inside. This is gonna be my example of my old planner. It doesn't look like this. This is literally like a first draft. The old planners don't look like this at all. They look like this, but with this on it. Anyways, it has the exact same inside, so I'm going to be using this as an example of what has been changed. I have also not shown the inside cover of this book. It was a little bit different than this. On the most recent planner that I released, I had this on the inside cover and it just matched the theme of like flowers and that kind of thing. We ended up finishing with like actual roses. So when I made the new planner, what I really wanted was a new pattern to go along with it, to go on the inside cover, because like the whole thing is just black and white. First of all, I wanted to talk to you guys about the barrel racing planners. Basically like 2 years ago, I actually decided to get super serious with mine and Moonshine. Moonshine is my main barrel horse. I finally decided to get serious about our journey together because I had just gotten out of high school and I decided not really to college rodeo, so my main event was goat time. And I was like, okay, well, there's not really any opportunity for that for adults. So my goal with 2018 and 2019 in the season was honestly just to decide if I'm actually serious about this, if this is actually something that I want to pursue. And that doesn't mean the NFR, and that doesn't mean like pro rodeoing and that sort of thing, but to me it meant just like barrel racing in general. My last year's planner, every theme that I have released represents the current season of life that I'm in. And so last year's planner was all about enjoying the journey and recognizing when you're growing every single day, even though it doesn't necessarily show. That was huge for me and very relatable to me because that is everything that I was going through in 2019 with just starting my barrel racing journey and just trying to like figure my way through. So yeah, the barrel racing planners really stemmed from the fact that I'm super organized and I want to keep track of all my goals and all my results, and there really just isn't a planner out there, at least from what I have found, that just like worked for what I wanted out of my season, as far as like being able to look back and see more than just what my results were. And so in 2018 is when I came up with the idea of starting the barrel racing planners. It has stemmed into this beautiful baby now. I am just really obsessed with it, but it's really just like the principle of it that means the most to me. What I mean by that is just I am very passionate about getting resources out there to people like me. They really aren't available for, I mean, they're becoming more readily available, but there just really isn't a whole lot of options out there for cowgirls, barrel racers. So yeah, since then we are in Australia, we're in Canada. I have given planners to like 32 states right now. It's my goal to do all 50 states, and that was just with the first planner. We have 2 retailers, and yeah, it's just crazy to even think about like where this has actually gone. With all of that said, I released this theme on my Instagram probably maybe like a week ago at this point, and this year's theme is everything to do with barrel racing, which obviously makes sense because it is a barrel racing planner, but it also does signify kind of like my decision making in what I want to do with this journey. Having this as a full-on barrel racing planner just shows that I'm full-on ready to take on this journey. Those are the things that when people are buying a planner, they obviously aren't going to think about, but when I'm making the planner, that's like what makes it that much more meaningful to me. Like the drawings and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, if I don't have passion in it, I'm not going to make it the best product that I possibly can. And by the way, guys, yes, I've been waiting for her to come here. I have a new pet. So yeah, that's what makes the project a creative like genius to me, a creative baby. That's the only way that I'm gonna make this like the best product that I can possibly make it. And so yeah, this year's theme, barrel racing, and then the title says I'm choosing me, which is my mantra of 2020. My hope is that by looking at this planner and having it in your possession, it actually motivates you. That's my biggest thing with these planners in general, is that I don't want it to just be something that you buy and then you put in your cabinet and you put away. I've been there. I have probably like 5 planners still that I'm just hoarding for no reason. So I'm gonna quit talking and I'm finally gonna show you guys the inside cover of this planner. Probably my favorite part maybe of this planner, just because I handmade this pattern. This isn't just something I found on the internet. I made this. Oh, by the way, these tabs are something I'm going to show you in a minute, okay? This is the cover. Again, everybody's already seen it. I know. They're like, come on, Hannah, let's go. We're about to open it. Oh, look at this. So if you've been following the HB Barrel Racing planners like Instagram, or even my personal Instagram or YouTube or anything, this is the pattern that I have been posting like more than anything ever. So you probably kind of already gotten the vibe for it. Yeah, this is the inside cover, and this is such a cute and beautiful pop of color that I am so stoked to have. It's full of roses. When you open the front of the planner, boom. When you open the back of the planner, boom. So this is like where I'm going to show you guys the difference between the old planner and the new planner. First of all, the old one had this in the title cover, but we added a little brand to it and our Instagram. So for those of you guys who have not seen this planner, when you open the book, this is the first thing that you're gonna see. Just a little title page to show you what kind of planner you're getting. When you open up to the next page, it says this planner belongs to. Nothing is different about this page or super special about it, but I just thought that was a cute way to kind of personalize it. I've also seen a lot of people decorate their pages, so they doodle on it, because again, all of these are black and white. So I've seen people like really make them beautiful, which I think is a super cute idea to make it just personalized and something that you love to actually use. After this page where you put who you are, I basically just like tell you guys a story of who I am. That's what this is. And then the second page for the last planner was dedicated to kind of just explain what the theme was. So that's what I carried on with this one as well. So this just talks about this theme and kind of what I already talked about in the beginning of this video. Again, not the cool stuff, I guess, but it's just the personal touches, you know? So you flip to the next page and you have probably one of my favorite sections, and that is your goals section. This is super cool because in this planner we have a huge first paragraph all by Charmaine James, and that's because she has some really good insight on how to properly write a goal. Enchilada. I, again, didn't really change much about this part as far as the old planner and this planner, but this is the foundation of everything in your planner. Everything in your planner revolves around this, and that's why it's pretty much the first page. It's a 2-spread page. We got goals here, and on the right we have income and expenses. For me personally, I use the income and expenses section really just for only horse stuff. So like even in the income, I don't necessarily put my paycheck or like my house bills or anything like that. I pretty much just want to know like if my horse has made any money throughout the year, which has never been a yes. Wouldn't that be crazy? An actual season that out of hay, out of hauling, out of trailer costs and everything, that I actually made some money. That'd be crazy. Anyways, I want to see how much money I lost. Okay, that's what this section is for, and it's right next to the goals because it kind of keeps you in check. I feel like that's super important with writing your goals. You at least need to know if what you're writing down is realistic for you, and that depends on your horsepower, that depends on your truck, that depends on your money. So that is why these are next to each other. You go on to the next part. The next page, the next spread is a full-on packing list for what you will need for a day jackpot or a weekend jackpot. I give you a full packing list. Coming from a girl who just gets a little crazy before a barrel race, before leaving for a barrel race. Once we actually leave, I'm like, fine. But before leaving for a barrel race, I'm a little freaked out because I don't want to forget anything. Yeah, I feel like I'm out of time. I'm sure a lot of you guys like actually understand what I'm talking about. Before a race kind of gets stressful sometimes as far as packing goes. So I wrote down and put a list of all of your essentials. Obviously not necessarily everything you would need, but I tried to think about most things. I have a section that you could put other stuff. This is a super valuable section. So from here, this is where we start the months section of our planner. This is where the real changes are coming into play. But basically what I did is put out a survey to everybody that had bought a planner before of the old theme. And I just asked what were their favorite parts about it and what were their least favorite parts about it. What were things that you would change if you could. Basically, I just want to show you the difference between these two. So this is the old planner, this is the new planner. But the first thing that I want to show you guys is the old one, how small the months are, versus the new one, how big the slots are. That was one of the biggest things that I changed. I wanted more room for us to write. On this one, I think the actual one ended up being a tiny bit bigger than this, but in this newest one, they're bigger. So yeah, these slots are way bigger now. Also, on every single month section, I have a place that you can write your goals. On this old one, there was only like one line to write your goals. I made sure to put 2 lines on this one. Again, just for more room to write. That was pretty much a lot of what I tried to do with this one, was like dissect it and try to move things around so that there was just more room to write, because I want to keep them small and I want to have a lot on each page. So we ended up making this one to where it actually has plenty of room for you to write in your month slots, plenty of room for your goals. And then also down here, I added another line and it says best memory from this month. So at the end of every month, you write down your best memory, and I gave you an extra line in this new planner as well. So that goes on for 12 slots. They are all blank. I don't know, for me, my season doesn't last from January to December or January to January, so there would be a lot of wasted months in here. So I just made sure to keep it blank. And then in every single place where there is a month, there's also a quote from a famous barrel racer. And so the first one is by Lindsay Sears, the queen herself. So that leads me on to the next section, which makes this the barrel racing planner. Of all things that make this planner the barrel racing planner, this section is what makes it. This is the race evaluation section. This is basically like what started all of this. I wanted a planner specifically so I could have a section like this. So this is where you write basically all of the information about the race that you're going to. In a 1-page spread, I have places for 2 races, and I have a pre and a post section for every single race. At the top here is where you would write your evaluation for the first race, and it has the arena name, the date, the horse that you use. I'm going to go back to that in a second. Then you have co-sanctions, added money, number of entries, whether it's indoor or outdoor, your pre-race fees, and then at the bottom you have a place to write your goal for your run. So before your run, you write down all of that. Maybe you're on your way and somebody else is driving. You kind of just take a moment to write all of this down. And then after the race, you have a place to write your time, fast time, your placing, what money that you won. I also wanted to put a place for your like expenses and that sort of thing, so that you can figure out if you actually won any money or not. To go back on that, just as a little tip, what I do is I number all these races. So this would be race 1, this would be race 2. Hi Nala. This would be race 1, race 2, race 3, race 4, all the way through. And then when I come to my expenses and income page, I just write race 1. If I won money, I put it in the income. If I had to lose money, then I put it in the expenses section. I kind of just bunch it up so I don't have to put like my gas and all that kind of stuff into the income and expenses pages. But so yeah, in the post section, you have the place to put your expenses. Underneath that is like my favorite part probably of this whole section, 5 stars. Actual little stars that you can rate your run with by shading them in, obviously. If you had a 3.5 or a 4, maybe it was the best run ever, so it's a 5. That's just like a fun, like visual way for you to see how good that run was. And then underneath that, strengths and what to work on. What I like about the what to work on as well is that in a 2-page spread, there's 4 races. So if you do race 1 and you see what you need to work on right here at the bottom, then it's kind of easy to gauge for your next race what your goal will be. So for me, it's just nice to be able to look back and say, okay, this is what I actually felt about my last run, and this is what I feel like my goals for my next run should be. But it's just a lot easier when you have it in writing, so you can see how you genuinely felt about the run. I think I have like 40 spots, 42 for you girls that go hard during the year. This is where I go to the tabs, because a lot of people have asked what they should do if they have multiple horses to run, and this is the first year that I've actually had 2 barrel horses. So what I figured would be the best way to organize that is by these tabs in the race evaluation section. And so when I open up the first tab, this just brings like the first section for moonshine, and then the next tab will bring the next section of the race evaluations for legacy. That's just like a really good way to organize it. I have seen some girls just write every single one of their horses like through in order. Whatever works for you. I want to be giving more tips on how to organize these planners better on my Instagram, so stay tuned for that. After the race evaluations is the drills. This is also obviously one thing that makes it a barrel racing planner. These drills are the spot that I really take the most notes when I do the research on the internet, like YouTube and that sort of thing. Yeah, this is a full section. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 places for you to put your drills. It could be anything that you learn from watching a video or from going to a lesson or a clinic. This is just like the section that I want you to really put your thoughts down, brainstorm, visualize them, and then have it in your back pocket so that when you're kind of stuck with your horse or something like that, you can always refer back to this. My card keeps going full. I am sorry, guys. Going back to the drills, I have not only one section for you to draw it out, but I also have notes underneath it so you can write down some points on how to execute it correctly. You know, a good drill isn't good unless you do it good. After the drill section, my one important section, I think I have said that about every single part of this planner, but this is the notes section. Again, with research, if that is what you do, if there is a rainy day and you want to watch YouTube videos, or if you want to just write down your thoughts, your favorite quotes or whatever, at the back of this book, I give you a bunch of pages that you can. And I actually have seen some girls use it, like I said, for YouTube videos and for doing that kind of research and stuff, and I love that. Well, okay, I guess that's the end of this book tour. I honestly cannot believe that this is coming out in what, 4 days? One part that I forgot to mention, maybe you have already realized, but this horse, you see this horse? Do you know who that is? If you know, you know. And tell me you don't know who that is. It's Moonshine. Duh. Alright guys, anyways, I hope that you like this book tour. And if you feel like you want one of these planners, be ready on Friday at midnight, March 20th, 2020 to get one of these planners. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. But I will be restocking within the next couple of weeks if they do sell out. I'm just saying, if you want your planner, you should probably get it first, because or else you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. But I really hope that you guys like this style of video. Again, if you do want it, it's coming out on March 20th. You just go to the Instagram, HB Barrel Racing Planners, or you could go to my personal Instagram, which is Hannah Beth Virginia. You can find all of the information and the updates about it over there. This was awesome, and I had a cat with me the whole time.